Okay, we're solving equations that involve rational expressions. Let's look at this one here. We got 3x over x minus 3 is equal to x plus 4 over, let's see, 3 minus x. 3 minus x. Now let's take a close look at this before we get started doing anything. We have this, and let me just use a different color here. You see this 3 minus x? Well, it looks a little bit like x minus 3. And what I would suggest to do is on this one here, I mean, it doesn't matter which one, but I would factor out a -1 out of that 3 minus x. And in doing so, it should look something like this. Well, let's just rewrite the whole thing. We have 3x over x minus 3 is equal to, now I'm going to put the -1 out front, okay? X plus 4 over -3 plus x. Let's do a little side work over here so you know what I'm talking about. We have 3 minus x, but if I factored out a -1, we have -3 plus x. Okay, and now to see that, you just distribute the negative back inside. -1 times -3 is +3. -1 times a positive x is -x, and then you just end up with where we started. Okay, now you can take this -3 plus x and rewrite this as x minus 3. What I did with this negative is I brought it, I just took it to the front and put it out here, out in the front here. Okay, we're going to write this one more time. 3x over x minus 3 is equal to negative. Now I'm not going to write this -1. I'm just going to write a negative. X plus 4 over, and I'm going to rewrite this as x minus 3. You see that now? So you see both denominators on both sides are now equal. All right. What you want to do now is just multiply both sides of the equation by x minus 3. Okay, and when we do that, in other words, I multiplied this side by x minus 3, and then, of course, I've run out of room. X minus 3 to this side, as you can see, they cancel out. And now what are we left with? 3x is equal to negative. Now, this is where you got to be careful. You better put a parentheses around this x plus 4. Okay, you got to do that. All right. Now we have 3x is equal to, okay, go ahead and distribute that across. Go ahead and do that. Take this x, or add x to both sides. This becomes 3x plus x is equal to -4. Okay. And so we have 4x is equal to -4. Multiply both sides by 1/4. I should be using a different color. We'll use green again. I was going to use red, but I should use that for canceling things out. Now, you can always check your work. Okay? So here's the solution to our equation. You come up here. What is that again? -1. You come up, plug it in. -1 minus 3 is -4. Put -1 in the top. That's going to be 3 times -1 is -3. So you have -3 over, what did I say the bottom was? -4. And those negative over negative is positive, so 3 over 4. Let's try over here. Now on this side. What did I say? 3 over 4. -1 plus 4 is 3. Plugging -1 into this x. 3 minus a -1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So you have 3 over 4. Okay. Alright, so we kind of took our time on that. Hopefully you got it. Okay, so that's where we are. You can come see me there. And I'll see you in the next problem.